Welcome to Bunnex Investment Group. By the end of this video, you should be able to catch the following trade setups. The first example, was a trend. Your entry was going to be here, and you should be able to exit at this particular point. Another example, a sell side example, where you made an entry at this point and exit at this zone. So by the end of this video, we are going to explain all the nitty-gritties that are required for you to be able to catch these particular entries. So sit back, relax, and make sure you stick up to the end of the video. However, we'll incorporate some objects to help us catch these points with ease, and all that will be reviewed later in the video. Let's now have a small explanation of the theory behind these entries. Firstly, markets can only trend up and down or range the same way we call consolidation. In trends, the market swings up or down. However, before the market issues a new swing, it usually induces the opposite direction as shown below. In this particular case, we can see a swing to the upside, which we highlighted as up move. After that swing, this was a day of rise. After that day of rise, we experienced the Asian session range, which is actually this initial session available to traders. After the Asian session range, we can see a move to trap and then an opposite move to this upward move, which we call induce. This was an inducement move, and at this particular point, that is where we actually look to make our entries for the new swing to be issued. So basically, we are saying before the market makes a new swing, it usually induces. So that is where we are coming from. So here are the rules of the M15 timeframe day trading setup in subject. We are saying the setup that we are talking about is seen on the M15 timeframe. So the first rule is the previous day must be a clear trend up or down. We must see a clear uptrend or downtrend on the previous day of our time of observation. The intended day of trading Asian session range must be less than 40 pips. We are saying on the day that we want to trade, the Asian session range must not exceed 40 pips. It should be less than 40 pips. Price must shoot out of the Asian range in opposite direction of the previous day trend. This was the previous day trend. Let me put a line where we are saying this was a previous day trend, and this is the day where we intend to make our entries. So price must shoot in opposite to the previous day trend. There must be at least 3 candlesticks, straight 3 candlesticks from the intended day of trade Asian session range, high or low. In this particular case, this was an upward move. We had our Asian session range. Let me just highlight it. This was the Asian session range. From this to the downside to the point we call the entry zone, which is like this one, we are saying there should be at least 3 candlesticks from this low. This is the Asian session low, and we have to see 3 candlesticks below that low. After 3 straight candlesticks, anticipate a nameable pattern, candlestick reversal pattern, where you are going to enter. So after 3 candlesticks below the Asian session low, try to find a nameable candlestick reversal pattern for us to enter for the next swing like that. To simplify this, you need an Asian session marking 2, which are free or over the internet. Let's now have examples to fully understand. Before we see examples, please note that we have a free Telegram channel where we share free signals, free setups, and trading tips. Be sure to join us using the link I've left in the description box below. Example 1 is coming from USDCHF from the 12th of May 2023. You can go back in history to see it clearly on your charts how it occurred. In this particular case, we had this day that started at this particular point, ended at this particular point. We had an upward trend on this particular day. Therefore, on the following day, we wanted an induction in opposite to this upward trend. We've said we need 3 candlesticks before we make an entry. We had an Asian session range where we had 17.8 pips of that range, which is actually satisfying our first rule. After that, we need 3 candles outside or shooting against this upward trend for us to confirm an induction. We had 1, we had 2, we had 3, and after that we found this candlestick reversal pattern, a hammer, and its confirmation. Our entry was going to be at this particular point. Our exit, we start again another count where we had 1, 2, and 3 in the Asian session. That is where we made our exit. In this case, this was now a special case. The first thing we've said, the previous day is in an upward trend, and after that we had an Asian session range which was satisfying our rules. Our Asian session low, this one, we want 3 candles. We had 1, 2, and 3. We've said after 3 candles, that is when we expect a candlestick reversal pattern. Was there a candlestick reversal pattern? No. Another candle was issued. Was there a candlestick reversal pattern? Yes, it was a railroad track that was issued at this particular point, and the market went straight up like 1, 2, and the last best to the end of the US session like that. Right, this is NZDCAD. On the 9th of June 2023, we had an upward move to the upside, Asian session range in our range. Then after that, our Asian session low, which is this one, our first candle drop, second candle drop, third candle drop, bullish engulfing pattern, and we made our entry like that. 3 candles outside the Asian session in line with yesterday's trend, and we are good to go. In this particular case, we also had a downward move to the downside, then Asian session range right in our specified conditions. Then this is the high of the Asian session range, then 1, 2, and then 3 candlestick reversal pattern, yes, entry and exit in the US session like that. So basically we are saying yesterday's trend must give you a bias of where we are going. First, we need to oppose that bias as an inducement move, and then we get a candlestick reversal pattern that goes in the direction of yesterday's trend. On that note, we come to the end of our today's video. Thank you for watching, and see you on the free Telegram channel. Have a good day.